the Indian industry would be required to do some kind of a repositioning. This is important because the US is our largest trading partner and the largest exporting destination. We can offset this impact to a limited extent by trade agreements with UK, with the European Union, with the Middle East. But there is no doubt that this will cause some kind of a major hit on the incomes and profits of the products of the companies exporting to the US. The pharma industry, the drugs and pharmaceutical industry, which is India's one of the most important sunrise sectors and a major source of exports to the US, will certainly take a hit. But the extent of hit caused to the drugs and pharmaceutical industry is difficult to quantify because this is a constantly evolving situation. Measures are being put in place to mitigate the impact of such measures. So at the moment, it's difficult to quantify the impact of such measures on the pharma industry.
Mr. Donald Trump, the President of America, has announced that 25% tariff on exports from India to America. Frankly speaking, that's a ridiculous decision he has taken. He is trying to kill the market of Indian traders. That's not true because the reason is he is trying to kill his market. The reason behind that basically is he is trying to promote his more self-made manufacturing in America, but this is not going to happen because Indians work 7 days, whereas Americans work only for 5 days, where the 2 days lapse. Indians work 24/7, and apart from all the thing is the pharmaceutical effect is there. Most of the times, pharmacy from the Indian is exporting to the US, and medical equipments are exporting from India to US, and disposables, medical disposables, which are most important for America, is exposed from the Indian only, because this cost is increasing to the Americans. The reason behind this, the cost of the American is already increased, with which the appointments from one doctor is taking 30 days to 45 days, with which the cost of the consultation also charges increases more. So what my impact is, the Indian traders will route other countries. By the American, they can go for African countries, they can go for the European countries, they opt the other countries. But he's thinking that we are going to kill the Indian market. That is not going to happen.
How do you foresee Indian Inc. reacting to this? Will they have to reposition America-bound supply chains?
Well, Americans are thinking that they are going to kill the ecosystem, complete ecosystem of the supply chain of the exporters or the traders from India to the America. No, this is not going to happen. The reason behind that is we are not dependent only on one country, whereas we are trying to sell the same medical equipment or pharmaceuticals to different countries as well. We are not dependent only on America. Of course, the dollar value might be increased more, but one trader will try to take at least 4 to 5 different countries, whatever he is manufacturing. The supply chain only for America is not going to destroy. He is supplying to other countries as well. He can sustain, he can grow, but he will not depend upon completely on US. That's my call.
I think it's a very sad day for Indian exports mainly, because India is doing more than $100 billion worth of exports and our surplus is more than $40 billion. So it is definitely going to slow down some of our exports, and there will be a ripple effect on our manufacturing, particularly in carpets, in handicrafts, in all these other industries, and also in pharmaceuticals, because but it will also adversely affect the American consumer. As it is, when we are getting reports that a lot of American airports are now empty of tourists, and this attitude is, a lot of people, Indian tourists love to go to America. And Disneyland also has received quite a number less tourists this year. Similarly, exporters also travel quite a lot to America. And if India will have to diversify its export markets, because right now we are dependent quite a lot on America, and we will have to relook at certain Asian markets and also some of the European markets. And we have now a special FTA agreement with UK. So we'll have to look at other markets.